Now, when it comes to overall performance, there's one phone that I can 100% vouch for, and that phone is the Galaxy S23 Plus. Now, the Galaxy S23 Plus is a phone that is one of the most polished in overall performance, which basically means that if you want a reliable phone that'll perform good on a day-to-day basis, this is the phone that can do it. The only problem that I have with it though is its price, but just like most Google Pixel phones, the regular S-series Samsung phones usually go on sale pretty frequently, so I will recommend waiting it out so that you can really get a bang for your buck. Even 5 months after its release, I will still say that the S23 Plus is a top tier phone that's held back by its specs, and having a 1080p display while costing over $1,000 will lose it some cool points. But besides the dilemma that the S23 Plus is dealing with, it's a really good phone that has given me a premium experience, and in this video, I'll be giving you guys my honest thoughts to help you decide whether or not it's actually worth buying. Now, looking at the S23 Plus's display, it has a 6.6-inch dynamic AMOLED display that is not the greatest when looked at on paper, but makes up for it in person. I love that Samsung matches the brightness of the S23 Ultra with the S23 Plus. Both are at 1750 nits peak, and I had no problem seeing anything outside, no matter how much the sun came out. Something else that I noticed was that the auto brightness worked very well. I usually adjust my brightness manually, but with the S23 Plus, I didn't really have to do it since it gave me amazing accuracy throughout the day. Now, in terms of resolution and viewing experience, the S23 Plus has given me a sense of realism, punchiness, and vibrancy that wasn't on the same level as my S23 Ultra, but was pretty damn close. Watching content and movies on it was great. I preferred its rounded style since it was easy to hold while watching stuff, the speakers enhanced my experience, and the 1080p display was still able to impress. The S23 Plus has a 120Hz refresh rate that was pretty sleek, and one thing that I realized is that Samsung scrolling feels much more sharp and fast compared to the 120Hz on a Pixel or iPhone. The S23 Plus also has really good screen real estate. I use swipe gestures, which allows much more room, and the hole punch camera gave me even more screen since it was basically a little black dot. Something that's unfortunate about the S23 Plus's display is that it's not LTPO like the S23 Ultra, so it can only drop down to 48 Hz. This comes with less power efficiency and can also deteriorate faster over time. And finally, the fingerprint sensor and facial recognition for the S23 Plus worked very well. I mostly use my fingerprint scanner since it was lightning fast, and I didn't have to pick up my phone to unlock it. But if you are someone who likes to use facial recognition, it also works very well and is comparable to iPhone's Face ID in terms of sharpness and accuracy. Now, in terms of design, there really isn't that much that changed since last year's S22 Plus, but one thing that you will notice is that the back camera is more reminiscent of the S23 Ultra since Samsung smoothed out the edges to give it an overall cleaner look. You have the aluminum sides that give off a very premium prestige look. The rounded frame provides a good distinction between the S23 Plus and S23 Ultra, and the frosted back gives off a very quality look that's nice to touch. Another notable improvement is that the back and front of the S23 Plus is Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which Samsung says can survive a few drops on concrete pavement. I wouldn't recommend testing it out, but it's pretty nice to know. 5 months in, I still have yet to get any notable scratches on the front or the back. There are many times where I rock my S23 Plus out with no protection, but majority of the time it is in a case, and I still think that says a lot about its durability since Samsung has always been known to have stronger materials. The S23 Plus is also very comfortable to hold. It felt very comparable to my iPhone 14 Pro Max since they are the exact same size with a rounded frame, resulting in me not dropping it a lot since it has that snug fit even for someone like me who has pretty big hands. The S23 Plus is also very light in weight despite its size. It weighs 196 grams, which is significantly lighter than the S23 Ultra, and I think that this really added to its comfort. The colors on the S23 Plus this year were amazing, and I have the green one, and I usually try my hardest not to rock it without a case since it does look good. The rich green rails, camera, and back make it look even more beautiful and aesthetically pleasing. Now, moving on to the most important piece of hardware that does control majority of your phone, the S23 Plus has a 4700 mAh battery that has done much better for me since I took a step back from using my phone as much. And the reason that I do use my phone way less is because it's summer and I'm not in the house as much, so many times I'm just on my phone using the GPS, simple scrolling on social media, or I'm just talking to friends and family. But if you are someone who is on your phone for a majority of the day, you should still be able to last for most of the day unless you're heavy into mobile gaming. I usually get around 3 to 4 hours of screen time with mine, so I easily end my day with over 40% worth of battery, which is great. I don't do too much, and I basically use my phone like the average person would. And also, quick disclaimer for anyone who has questions, I have 5G on all the time. My always on display is always on. I use auto brightness most of the time. My phone is on light mode during the day, and I never use power saving mode, so you can get better results if you are a power saver. The S23 Plus also supports 45 watt fast charging, which I had no problems with. It charges from 0 to 100% in under an hour, and I got so comfortable with it to the point where I wouldn't stress charging it at night. My charging patterns are pretty simple. A lot of times I do charge my phone overnight, but in some cases I won't charge it overnight. I'll wake up, my battery's on 20%, and I'll just charge it while I'm taking my morning shower, and by the time I get out, it's on 100%. So if you are someone that wants a phone that can last you all day, the S23 Plus is your go-to. Now, just like the Galaxy S23 Ultra and S23, the S23 Plus comes with the latest and greatest Snapdragon Gen 2 chip that is not only more powerful than last year's Gen 1 chip, but is also much less power hungry and built for better efficiency. And also, speaking of efficiency, the chip is custom made, meaning that Snapdragon was well aware of how the S22 series and many other Android phones suffer from overheating, and based on my use over the past couple of months, the S23 Plus still has yet to extremely overheat on me. On a day-to-day basis, I'm playing games, scrolling through social media, and many other regular things on my phone, and no matter how long I've tested it, I didn't really notice a single slowdown and was very impressed. Samsung is also using vapor chamber cooling, and every single Galaxy will be having a Snapdragon chip, so this means that if you are someone who's watching in India, Australia, or the UK, then we all have the same phone and capabilities when it comes to power. And now when it comes to camera, the Galaxy S23 Plus has a 50 megapixel main along with a 10 megapixel telephoto and 12 megapixel selfie, and based on my usage over the past couple of months, I would say that the pictures still look really good. Starting with zoom modes, the S23 Plus had a couple of different zoom modes, and of course the quality gets dumbed down a bit once you go to the ultra wide, but I found the zoom modes to be really great when compared to other smartphones. The shutter speed has gotten much better, but there's still room for improvement. I decided to test it out by shooting a moving car, and as you can see right here, the camera was able to capture most cars, but it still couldn't compare to my iPhone or my Pixel. And now looking at outside photos, the selfies were good, but couldn't capture my skin tone as well as the iPhone or the Pixel. The sharpness on my face has gotten much better since I last tested it out, but overall, I'm not gonna lie, Samsung has gotten much better with selfies, and I've come to trust it a little bit more. I also took some photos of random street objects, the sky, and different aspects of nature, and I can honestly say that the S23 Plus held up very well in these environments, and I'm very impressed since the sharpness did a lot better with the main camera. And now when it comes to shooting video, the S23 Plus is a really good phone that was able to capture quality shots. You have many different modes and frame rates to choose from. Starting with 1080p, you can go all the way up to 8K, and as far as frame rate, you have 24, 30, and 60. The video stabilization was really good. A lot of times when I'm shooting my videos with my phone, the S23 Plus was able to lock in on the subject very nicely, and even on shots where I'm shaking a little bit more, it still was able to keep it pretty still, and I was very impressed. So all in all, I would definitely say that the S23 Plus has a really good video camera that'll give you some really good shots, and if you're someone who wants to shoot content or you just want a solid camera, it's definitely got you covered. And also, here's some extra videos that I was able to get. And alright you guys, that's my review on the Galaxy S23 Plus after 5 months of use. It's a really great phone that I feel will be overlooked, but at the end of the day, if you can get it for sale, then it's 100% worth it. It has a really good display, a really good battery, a really good software, and it truly does feel like the ultimate premium phone. But again, on the spec sheet, it's really not as good. And let me know down in the comments, do you guys think that Samsung should stop the Plus series of phones? Let me know. And again, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.